just a group of excavation group going on right now. So this is an open section for our exhibition group. We'll be running for about 20 minutes. Get our three feature races underway. We'll be going about 125. The exhibition group is kind of an unusual thing for a running race weekend. It gives new drivers an opportunity to sample the sport, see if their cars are up to snuff, see if their driving abilities are up to snuff. This is technically not a race. It will not be scored that way. And there are limits, I understand, on where these guys can pass each other. So the idea is that they're not running 10 tenths, they're running maybe 7 tenths. It's kind of like an elevated driver's school, if you will. Some of the folks running 777 in a Porsche 914. The car had a very roaring exhaust sound yesterday, and it turned out that they'd broken a header pipe. It had broken once before. They'd had it welded before they came to Circle Bay. And here, yesterday, the header pipe on the other side broke. But I have to say, it sounds pretty good this afternoon.
good, Steve. Good.
Track car 27 is off down about around the first turn. And that is the red Cortina. Looks like the driver's out looking under the hood. So he's parked it and he's walking away. quarter past 1. Schedule calls for Route 1 race, I believe, at 1:25 out in this 2A zone. Good smoke here coming from this Spitfire we're seeing coming for us. Car 88. That's Michael Turbinek from Columbia State, Ohio. 73 Spitfire. Checkers out on this exhibition last second. Live signal the end of the session. I think we might have 2 cars to bring back from that area down between 1 and 2, with the red Dawson Roadster down there, and then the red Cortina, car 27. And I think that car seems to be underway. It is indeed. A good time. Might still need a rope tow, I think, down there for the Dawson.
Would
Would you check, hello, sir? All right, 2 minutes. How's biz? Hello? Hello? Hello, mister? Joe? Would you check? Hello? 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 Up here, look up. Would you check with these folks? The table right around the corner? Walk around the corner to the table where the shirts are, and ask the people there. Okay.
We're going to call up our race group 1 cars shortly, about 6 minutes or so away from the first race of the afternoon. We're now doing live video streaming, and whether you're here on site with a mobile device or have family members or friends at home or somewhere else, they can watch the video of all the races this afternoon online. You can go to WPIB.com. There's a button in it that says Live TV.
It's cool.
Which will be there. Great. We've got a camera right up here. It's right above
it's on
the front straight. Start finish. And we have a couple of roving cameras as well. It's a pretty neat setup, I must say.
You are?
Very compact.
I'm glad I didn't go.
High quality 1080 high def video. So every year this event just gets more impressive. I don't know how you arrange for this amazing weather. This is just incredible. 3 days of constant sunshine and temperatures in the 90s. It's astounding.
No, that's for the PA, but we're hooked into that.
So we're hooking up our
I have my GoPro if you want me to set it up.
Yeah, because I can, you can get right into my network here that I have set up, and get this other camera pulled up.
The pace car, or someone was looking for the pace car driver, I think, and you're still around. The pace car is out on the course at the moment.
A little bit more, huh?
Yeah, Steve, don't kill yourself. So you have to give me a rundown of what happened. So you're the chair? Yeah.
Well, again, welcome once again to the 2015 Put-in-Bay Road Races Reunion. Yesterday, today, and the car show tomorrow. And if you want to find out more about what we're doing, there's a terrific program that's available. You can pick it up. It's for sale. Still, copies available, $5. With historic photographs of the early days of racing here on the street circuit back in the 1950s. A year-by-year history of the races, I think 52 for 63. And then an article about the reunion, which began in 2009 and continues this week. There's an entry list and a schedule of events and lots more on that program.
Sure. Yeah.
And Put-in-Bay Road Race Reunion shirts are available. Some very nice embroidered shirts. Beautiful embroidery. Also some very nice screen printed shirts for sale if you want to continue to celebrate the 2015 Put-in-Bay Road Race Reunion. Pick up a shirt before you take off this afternoon. The Group 1 race cars are coming out of the paddock, heading towards the Falls Chute. Paddock's way down to the right. And by the way, if you're interested in going down and meeting drivers, looking at cars, taking pictures, so on, you can do that. Go right in and walk around in there and see the guys putting their cars back together. Generally, the drivers are very happy to talk about their machinery and describe it to you. So the base car is in place, and we are gathering our group on the race cars. Length of the races, well, it's my guess that they will be approximately 10 laps. This morning we had the variety, and I think maybe the races were timed. We had a couple that were 11 laps and one that was 10. So I'm not terribly sure what we'll be doing with these races, but I think they'll be around 10 laps in length of this approximately 1.3 mile. We call this a road course, even though it is not on a road, but on the airport circuit. Road course as opposed to an oval track.
Floor coming, number 450.
They line up again down there. I'll mention that our pole sitter will be Kurt Burns, car 283 and GTD, starting next one on the front row, a similar car, the 53 MGTD of Michael Barstow. Starting third, a similar car, red MGTD given by Garrett Schaefer, and starting fourth, the winner of the qualifying race, car number 6.
This is the only way to watch a race.
One of two unpainted aluminum-bodied Elva Mark II cars. The Elvas these Elvas were purpose-built race cars. They were sports racers. And so it's a little unfair to pit sports racers against production-based sports cars, but that's what we do in vintage racing. And we'll see that there were two of these Elva Mark IIs, starting 4th and 6th. One is a good bit quicker than the other. And I think that we'll probably see Bob Engel, car number 6, start fourth, make his way through.
So how do we get it on? It's on your
Probably
network.
relatively quick.
Look for WPCR right now.
But if we can go by the results of the qualifying race late this morning, you can see a terrific battle for the win in
Would that be
the
under
NG group.
one of these menus?
Kurt Burns, Michael Barlow, and Barstow in particular, very evenly matched cars and drivers battling together lap after lap after lap.
I've never seen one of those. Mine is
Green's ready. I'm releasing.
Pace car is underway. Pace lap is beginning.
pretty impressive. Florida. Well, there aren't very many of these vintage races held around the country, so if you're doing, if you have an interesting car and you have some time to do it, you get the few that there are.
This start is going to be exciting, I think, because those two MGs up front, as I mentioned, are very, very evenly matched. They're both great race drivers. They're both winners. They're great friends. We all had dinner together last night, and they're out to beat each other. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm seeing that beautiful old and really old MG, the 1932 J2. I don't believe is out there. It's car 1X. I don't believe it's the
You know, I
okay,
turned
you
it
can
off.
see the pace car pull off to the right and park. The rest of the field will approach the starter, and we see a green flag, we'll get a start. There's the pace car pulling in. Here's our field. Nice and neat. And there's an MGTV drag race. And that's Kurt Burns who came out first. He's our pole sitter. Already Bob Enberg is up to third from his fourth starting position. He's going to take over the lead probably in the next, well, maybe this lap. George Jaber is fourth. Michael Barstow is third. Already dropping back. That's J.J. Rodman in that beautiful light blue Turner at the back of the field. Kurt Burns has a very nice lead, and I think at the moment, I hate to say it, but Michael Barstow is holding up Bob Enberg's Nova. Now the others in the line for second. And toward the leader. Farther back, we see car 65, the Alpha Kurt Niemeyer.
See your devices and see what's showing up. You have the live files. And one of those. Okay, go ahead and press your
Should be. It's looking for you.
I thought that Alpha was really beginning to make some speed, but apparently it's not running it quite as quickly as it seemed to yesterday. Here's another Alpha. Car number 8, Paul Adams, does a great late braking maneuver and passes a whole gaggle of MGs. He just moved up to fourth. Fourth place now, the sister car to the leader, Paul Adams.
I wonder what my password is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
450 was telling me last night that while some of the other drivers were on race tires, he's going on street tires. He was remarking how much a squeal is more than the race tires. Robert Enberg gets just a little bit by J.J. Ruff and Turner. By the start finish Well, I'm very surprised that Enberg has not been able to gain any ground on Kurt Burns. I really expected him to be leading this race by now. Kurt is going as fast as I think I've ever seen him go. He was way out.
Well, I'm mystified. Did I have to set a pass?
I guess we're not going to be able to connect that without that.
I better just practice.
Those things are nice, aren't they?
We have 5 laps complete. This is approximately a 10-lap race. We'll wait to see when they throw the flag. We're about halfway through. Leader coming around to complete lap 6. Dale Schmidt just picked up a position in car 81. Another of the MPTVs. Dale's from Elm Grove, Wisconsin. Big again from third place, Michael Roscoe, car 450, back to fourth place, which is the second of the oldest, car 8, Brother Paul Adams. Big. Nice battle here for fifth place. I think George Caper is about to be passed, perhaps, by Dale Schmidt in car 81. George Schaefer is a wily old racer. He's been doing this a very long time. Schmidt's going to try out-braking maneuver, but let's see, can he get by right here? Passing on the outside. Whoa. Not that. 283 is your winner, Kurt Burns. Renee Bird, second in car 60, all the way here in second place. Michael Barstow. Fourth place unofficially, Paul Madden in car 8. Second of the Elvis Sports Racers. And here's that battle once again for fifth. Is it going to be Shaver who's out in front? I think so. George Shaver in 161. Bill Smith in car 81. That's Russ Lane in car 33. Congratulations, Kurt Burns.
Yeah.
This track has been pretty kind to our racers this weekend. Hardly any cars have been towed off. No real incidents. It's been great. A long day of practice and qualifying sessions yesterday. Qualifying races earlier today and warm-up sessions, and most of the cars are still running fine despite the really hot weather here on the track.
I have no idea. That's the
So race one field is pulling back into the paddock. Again, it's a reminder that you can go and visit the drivers and their cars over in the paddock area down the far right end of the runway. Go and wander around, take pictures, meet the drivers.
It takes a few days to scraping for fire. It's right across the board. Right across the board. There's a scroll right across the board.
Doing a little work on some hay bales over where the cars move on to the new portion of the circuit.
Actually, I'm going to send Kurt Newmeyer on it.
Good.
No Curtis.
Oh, well, I know the name.
He's driving the Alpha
Yeah.
here. Cincinnati Motorsports.
Oh.
But the car he's driving was his father's car, raced here. And he's an interesting guy.
Oh, great.
And I asked him if he could come.
Good.
Come back. I'm sorry, you did a great job calling that race. That was cool.
Are you, is everything working okay
Oh,
with
yeah,
you?
yeah.
No fires to put out today?
I had to put out the trash.
The little hay bale rearrangement there. I don't know whether we want to call it a chicane, but where the cars make a sharp left and then a right onto the new portion of the taxiway. It's a new addition to the airport, which means a new addition to the race course. But it gets very tight in there. We saw clusters of cars trying to make passes in the area. Something's got to give, and often it's behavior.
They will be.
Well, looks as though we've got a fair circuit. Looks like the course is clear. We're going to be bringing up our Group 2 cars shortly.
Yes, I did.
There's quite a difference, you know, in the atmosphere between a vintage race gathering and a, say, a Sports Car Club of America race weekend. A lot more camaraderie here. The mist is kind of cranked down a few levels. And, there's a lot of cooperation. When you go back in the paddock, a lot of give and take, borrowing and lending a hand by drivers to their competitors, borrowing parts and borrowing tools. And you often don't see that when you go to, certainly when you go to professional road race events, but even at the club racing level, the CCA and so on, when perhaps points, maybe championships are on the line, people get overly serious sometimes about it. Here, there were no trophies to win, there was no prize money, there's no championship to go for. It's really done, really pretty much pure sport and love of old cars, good-natured competition. Look at the grid for the next race. It starts out with our pole sitter, car 46, the green Volvo 544 of Jim Rogerson from Angleton, Texas. Starting second, car 511, Jim Pelotti from London, Ontario, the twin cam MGA. There weren't a lot of twin cam MGAs, and I understand they're very fussy and finicky and brittle. So it's, you really don't see very many doing vintage racing these days. I certainly haven't seen many twin cams. So it's great to see this one that Jim Pelotti has brought, and it's running very well. It's starting second in this race. Starting third, car 64, Lee Walsh from Linden, New Hampshire, in a 1964 Turner. Starting fourth, car 79, Bob Palese from Dayton in his Alpha GTV Junior. Starting fifth, car 70, Bob Van Cook from Stowe, Ohio, 1965 MG Midget. Starting sixth, car 7, Bruce Pickering from Columbus, his Morris Cooper S. Starting seventh, car 149, David Smith from Holt, Michigan, in an MGA. Starting eighth, car 375, Dick Snyder from Chillicothe, Ohio, Porsche 356. Starting ninth, car 948, Jeff Graham from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, in an Austin Healey Sprite. Starting 10th, car 25, David Hertzberg from Royal Oak, Michigan. This is the vintage Formula V in 1965 Autodynamics Mark II, so relatively early Formula V, our only open wheel car. Starting 11th, car 49, John Dicus. John Dicus from Chelsea, Michigan, in MG Midget. Starting 12th, car 14, Rich Fong from Put-in Bay in the Spitfire, although we may not see Rich out there, I'm not sure. He was having some engine difficulties this morning. I hope that we'll see him on the grid. Rich Hahn, Brown Plant Spitfire. Starting 13th, car 491, Steve Conson in an MGA. Steve's up from Roswell, Georgia. Starting 14th, car 29, Chris Myers from Burlington, Connecticut in an MGA. Starting 15th, the car that won the race, yes, won the qualifying race, starting 12th, starting 15th, Ed Merhart from North Ridgeville, Ohio in Alpha Julietta. Our 12 runs race, it will start 15th. Don't ask. There's a reason, I guess. But I think it is assumed that Ed has the capability to work his way through the field. So pace car is leading the field. Pace lap underway. And I don't see Spitfire. Manly Ford is here. I'll say, so how are things working out?
This has just been a super event and a great day. It's going really well.
The weather is absolutely incredible. I've never been to Put in Day before. It's always like this.
Oh, absolutely every day. You ought to try it in February.
It's just amazing, really, really amazing today. But very, very warm in the cockpit, I'm sure, for a lot of these guys.
Yeah, most drivers the open cars, as much as the stuff is on you, once you're in the race car, you don't feel hot. You don't feel anything that's just good. Now, once the second time drops and you're going back and you can't wait to get out. But, yeah, it's tough. But last year it was about 10 degrees hotter and about the same humidity. So this is actually a pretty pleasant day compared to last year.
Field coming up the straight down, over the back stretch. Vegas catching up to the field. Stay up with the pack before we see a start. I love the front row here, the Volvo sedan and the twin cam MGA. We'll see the Camaro pace car pull to the right and park, and the leaders will head down looking for a green flag. There's the pace car here. I think it's Jim Peloti. I think he's, let's see, I can't quite see the far turn there. Yes, got by the Volvo. And that Alpha, though, is right, let's see, try an outside pass right here. Not going to do it. I thought Palese. Pretty hard to go two abreast through that turn.
As soon as I get through or lock them up and take the altitude or lock them up. Yes, Chuck Stoddard's car, by the way. Chuck Stoddard won here in 1959 in that car.
Lee Walsh and the Turner in third place, or fourth, right behind the Alpha Bob Palese. This leader is already moving away, the top four cars. Can Palese do it this time? Boy, this is going to be difficult. No, I don't think so. Little discussion there. Looks like our Formula B and Dynamics is pouring on just past the start finish line. In just 2 laps. He started last. Actually, I think that Ron Vegas started last. Palesi's up to second. Can he also take the pit can away? Palese on the inside. That's where you want to be, right there.
Nice.
And he makes the empty driver slow down and pass the Meanwhile, behind, we're seeing Ed Bernard. He's up to third. He's going to take the MVP. That the collision is going out now, R79. That's Ferrari. Oh, he pretty much blew that corner there. And now he's going to get passed by the ball. It's just a little smack to Ed Bernard in car 12 for that outlet when they had a slider. But now Jim Givaldi in the sprint MG. Got a 5 laps complete, we're about halfway through. Palesi's in the midst of building up the front. Looks like an insurmountable lead.
flatten that group.
So does that mean, oh, so you gave it to them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All the way off.
Oh, Volvo got that around there hard.
Oh.
We're going to be looking for a checker shortly, I believe. 1 lap to go, 1 lap. Roger said in second, this is the last lap, the last opportunity for Ed Earnhardt to at least make that second place. Last lap, your leaders on the far side. So he's not going to be challenged at all. Will it be Volvo or Alfa? Let's see what happens right here. Roger said, can really make that Volvo.
I got him into the south corner.
I think
Can he
we've
stick it?
seen the checker. Is the checker not coming out? The checker should have taken out for our race winner as they go by. Second place, and we'll go for Jim Rogers in third. Jim Maloney looks like spot 51 to 5 to 11. I'm joined by Kurt Niemeyer, who just finished the race in your Alfa.
That is correct. It's my Alfa, and it was my dad's Alfa that he raced here in 1963. I just bought the car back last September. As a child, I rode in that car in the passenger seat as a 3- and 4-year-old when they test drive them on the public road. So, but my dad, when we were in the garage, he would talk about coming to Put-in Bay and sleeping in the trailer, and guys sleeping under the trailer, and how much fun they had doing this. And, my dad ran pretty competitively in G production and SCCA in the early 60s in that car. And he and his brother had a pair of them, a short wheelbase that I've got now and a long wheelbase on a 1 Series Alfa. And then my mom's brother also had an Alfa Giulietta, so they'd all be out on the course at the same time. My mom would do the lap chart and time them, and so sports car racing was always our family vacation. And the June sprints, the Buckeye sprints, when they started having the ARRC at Riverside and Daytona, we would go to those. And so when I saw this event on a coverage on a blog in 2011, I said, I have to go there. And we came up here in 2012 with a 58 Morgan street car. And then last year we came back, we brought 5 friends, and he had a 57 Porsche Speedster. But then the Alfa came available, and I said, let's go racing.
So the Alfa had been out of the family. How did you track it down?
It stayed in Cincinnati, and there's a very avid sports car racer named Tim Silver that's had it since 1981. Tim is a good friend. He drove up here with us in his MGB today, or on Sunday or whenever we came up here. And so he's been here helping me with the car, and so we knew where the car was at all times, and it's never been far out of the family.
I think it's wonderful that the car is now back in the family. When your dad raced here in '63, was that still on the public road circuit?
Yes, that was the last year on the public road circuit when they ran the Shortland course. And he and my Uncle Bob Niemeyer were here, and then my Uncle Tom Petrie. They all came and ran their Alfas. Just loved this event. When my dad got out of the Alfa at the end of '63 and got into sports racers, Lola Mark 1 and Alfa 7, and But we would work in the garage, and he would tell my brother and I stories about coming here, and what it was like to race on the public roads, and how friendly everybody was on the island. What a big time it was for a couple of guys from Cincinnati.
Yeah, well, it's obviously was and remains a unique race, and do you have an idea what the livery was? Because you probably remember what it looked like when your dad was racing.
Exactly like it is now. If you look in your print program, there's a picture of me next to that car, 1962, as we left for the inaugural race at Mid-Ohio. And we tow-barred the car at that time. We didn't even have a trailer, so, but my brother and I are standing next to the car. I'm just a little bit taller than the front fender, so. But the car wasn't modified much in the interim years. My Uncle Bob stopped racing it in 1968. He didn't want to have to redo the roll bar again. And the car went then to Casey Van Nyman, who was became president of SCCA and SCCA Pro Racing, was the chief steward for the Atlantic Series, and quite an accomplished race official. And but Casey never raced the car. He sold it to a friend of his named Fred Aeneas that worked at Procter & Gamble, and Fred put the windshield back on it and would drive it from down to Procter & Gamble on nice days. Put the roll bar in it and the whole bit. So I don't think the last time the car had a top on it was probably 1964 or so. But it had a removable roll bar in the early 60s. And my dad would take that roll bar out, lay it around the passenger seat in the cockpit, put the top up, and we'd fill it with tools and tires and tow bars to the track. And so those roll bar braces are still there. The car is very authentic to its original configuration.
Boy, that is such a wonderful story, and it's so great that a car returns to its own family, I think, after all these years, and it's terrific, too, that you're racing it as well. You'd mentioned tow barring in the car, and during this past race, we were looking at a Porsche out there, and you were mentioning that driver drives the car to the race.
That's correct. Dick Snyder in his Porsche 356 Convertible D, which is a very rare 356, 1 year only, and after Porsche quit making the Speedster, but Dick lives down around Chillicothe, and he drives the car up here to race it, and then drives it home. And we have two other people came up from Cincy with us, three people that raced an exhibition. Bill Owen in his red Datsun 2000 Spider, Jimmy Clark in the other red Datsun 2000 Spider, and Dick Weiss, who was here in a white Porsche 356 Speedster Carrera. And Dick started racing that car in 1962, and he still has the same car. And Jimmy Clark and Bill Owen have run those Datsuns as long as I can remember. They're both demon autocrossers. Just nobody faster than one of those cars on an autocross track. And we're all having a great time.
It's a wonderful event, and I was mentioning earlier that when you compare a vintage event to an SCCA club racing weekend, or worse than that, a majors event or a pro race event, the spirit of the vintage race gathering is just warm and friendly and giving. And I know that back in the paddock, you guys are always lending each other bits and pieces and tools and work.
That's right, Ted. Dick Weiss and his Speedster and Jimmy Clark and his Datsun both had mechanical issues. They're working out of my trailer because they both drove up, and I brought all the tools and jack stands and other things that I could find. So, and the spirit of camaraderie is fabulous. And this event recreates better than any other event that I go to the spirit of racing in the 60s, when sports car racing was growing dramatically. It was so friendly. And now was an SCCA racer. My brother and I have both raced in SCCA. My brother's been very successful. He's won the runoffs in an MG midget, but that spirit is gone now. And especially when you get to the majors event, everybody would sell you their grandmother to get that $5 trophy. And it's just I do this for fun, and that's. I've got a Legends car. If I want to go and be competitive, I'll take it to a quarter-mile oval. There's anything more competitive than that. But here I just come out, and it's just such a great time, and it's so much like it was in the 60s. You can't find that anywhere else. You don't find it at the Monterey Historics or the VIR Gold Cup. It's such a friendly, laid-back, just fabulous event. And the first time I got here, I walked in and the atmosphere was just right there. I rocketed back to my misspent youth and said I'm staying. So anyway, got Carl Goodwin down here laughing at us now. And so if you don't have Carl's book yet, get it, because it's fabulous. I read it twice over the winter. And Carl was there. He ran Alphas back in the day, and he's threatening to get his Formula Junior out here next year so he can have some more fun with it. But
Is your dad in the book?
no, my dad is not in that book, because he ran in '63 when they didn't publish any of the entry lists, and he actually talked about changing his name because he was running for SCCA points. So my uncle came here and he entered as Trevor Ryamine, and my dad entered as Rex Ryamine. They took our last name and spelled it backwards. And
Rex is a great name for a race driver.
yeah, well, that was my uncle's dog. That was my uncle's German Shepherd. So, and Bill didn't go real well backwards because everybody called him Libby, and he just wasn't swinging with that. And, anyway, he was Rex Ryamine, and I think my uncle Tom Petrie used his real name because he didn't run for points. And, that's why when I started putting all this together, reading what Manly Ford had put out on the Chicane blog, it all started making sense to me. And then after I read Carl's book, it all really came together, because 1963, I turned 5. So, I
Don't remember it too well.
well, I remember it pretty well, but I didn't get to come here. So I got to go to Road America to the June Springs, and we went to Mid-Ohio on an ARP. But my mom, she had to corral 2 little boys. All right.
Well, as a past Alpha owner, I have to say I'm always happy to see Alphas do well, especially the Julietta Spiders. I had one in mine was spent youth. So go Alphas. But great to talk to you. Thanks so much for sharing your stories.
Super. I really appreciate everybody that's here, all the support we get, the friendliness, just the smiles, the laughs, the thumbs up, The corner workers, Lake Erie, I'm a lifetime Lake Erie member. They do just a fabulous job. So I want to thank everybody that's here, all the spectators, the Islanders, Manly, Jack, Bob and Linda Williams, Richie Hahn, everybody that does the heavy lifting so we can come up here and play with sports cars on an island. As far as I can tell, there's no better thing you can do in life than play with sports cars on an island. This is my nirvana. We have reached nirvana. It is here. That's like Oliver Hazard Perry. We have met the enemy and he is ours. We have reached nirvana and it is here. So, anyway, we're having a good time. And Mr. Kittner down there helps out quite a bit. He's got quite a resource. Chris and Cheryl are very active also. And so it's just a great bunch of people. We appreciate all the support. And I'm filling out my entry for next year.
Excellent. Okay. We'll see you then. Thank you.
Take care.
Kirsty Meyer. That's the spirit of the event. And here's the start for race number 2. Kurt, that was pretty amazing. Green flag is just dropped for race 3, that is. Miles Silvers jumps right to the lead in the yellow 911. Car 106. That's Andrew Barron in the second in the Lotus 7. And an Alpha, yes, car 81X. Bob Locust in the Alpha GTV. A couple more GTVs a little farther back. But Andrew Barron doesn't care about that because he thinks he can get by. I think he might be able to.
No.
And little nozzle there with hay bale. It was leaked aside in car 157. It slowed him down a bit and he ended up getting past. Joe Bogdala there in the back. Joe won the qualifying race. At the back here, he has the capability of coming all the way through the field and winning this race. Leak aside pulling into the line flag station, which is a necessity if you hit a hay bale. Orca Lotus Alpha up front running fourth is car 53, Russ Rosenberg in the BMW 2002, and the car 44 Hal Nichols in the GTV Alpha is fifth. Joe Bogdala. It's another pass. That's John Fontanella with his MGP car 62 running 7th. So the lowest first jump on the syndicate night, Porsche pulls away when it opens up. Also discounted. Like 5.
All right.
Just got an update on the number of people who are watching this on our live video stream. It's more than 4,000 They could be here or there. We got a message yesterday for well, halfway through this race, watching Joe Bojala is getting closer and closer to making a challenge for third place. That's Robert Lopez in the yellow TCG Alpha. That Joe is right behind him in the white Nova March 6th sports racer. And making a pass right now. So if my count is correct, we have about 4 laps. 4 laps to go. Is that time for Joe to close up the gap and challenge the two leaders? I think so. Our leader has pulled off. He is off. Alex Silver pulls over on the backstretch. New leader. Andrew Barrett. We push Joe Bojala in second. Well, I was pretty certain about a lap or so ago that Joe Bojala could close the gap to the leader. It doesn't look as though he's gaining any time right now. Because he's slowing. That car's slow. Checkered flag, checker is out. Andrew Barrett takes the win. Joe Bojala will take second in the Elva. 70. Third place will go to Robert Lopez. Fourth will officially should be Russ Rosenberg in the BMW 2002. To car 44, Home Nichols. The Alpha
Okay, please tell you to stand down for a while. We got a little bit of time before we have mixed up.
Website that's streaming? WPIB.com. WPIB.com. Thank you. There's also
SportsPointRadio.com, SportsPointRadio.com, any of those. Our buddy from Germany sent us another email. Yeah, so he's loving it. It's funny, you put rainy and sloshy here. It looks beautiful there.
Mentioned that we got a message from a viewer of our live video feed from Germany yesterday. And he just wrote us back another note. Looking at the weather here, where it's sunny and hot, he says, rainy and slushy here. Of course, absolutely beautiful here at Clinton Bay. We have one more race to go, the Cup race. And I think this is open to any competitor in any of the race groups who wants to compete. I think the scoring folks are putting together a grid for the upcoming race. We couldn't do it ahead of time because we didn't know who would be choosing to compete. I think this will be a little longer race. We're running mostly 10-lap races earlier. I think this one will be a 15-lapper. But we have a bit of time before that.
Is this the last race you said coming up?
last race coming up, yes.
Is there an exhibition after that or no?
Let me check the schedule. I don't remember. The schedule says exhibition is next, so I'll have to check and see. Are you Rich? Are you Rich? Will be available next week. Can you come up and talk to me?
That's next year. What if you don't make it back for 16?
Thanks for doing this.
I have nothing else to do except rebuild an engine, so.
I'm Ted Sawyer.
Hi, Rich Hahn, nice to meet you.
Wanted to say hi to Rich Hahn, who lives probably closer than most other races.
Pardon me?
You probably live closer to this track than most other races.
Yeah, I live about 300 yards away from the track, yeah.
You've got the Spitfire now. Did we hear properly that you didn't blow an engine, did you?
I did blow an engine, but as small compensation, I got to ride on the bike lane for the flyby.
For you.
It's almost worth blowing an engine for to get on one of those.
We stopped smoking just a little bit earlier, and I was hoping that it wouldn't end up being terminal.
You know, it's a rod or a bearing. I don't think it's terminal, but terminal for today.
Now, we had an interesting story. Tell me the story of the car.
This car was an old SCCA racer that was purchased by it was a Triumph dealer bought a body in white. And it's been a racer, non-registered car from day one in the mid-70s. Raced, I got the log books and the construction books. It raced Riverside, Laguna Seca, all the West Coast tracks. And then, like all race cars, ended up in a garage for 25 years. And a friend of a friend bought it in Michigan, and he was a Chrysler engineer. And then retired and became a auto mechanics instructor for a vocational school. Obviously, the engine class didn't pass, but anyway, he had idea that he was going to vintage race it. And one thing led to another, and he lost storage and was moving to a smaller house. And after I was racing my TR4A here last year for the last 2 years, and was just tearing it up in the exhibition class, I figured, I don't think this is a good idea. And I was offered the car, and the rest is history. All I had to do was saw off the flares, but mechanically it was all done. And engines happen. But it's their race car from day one.
That's great, and it's really wonderful that you can race in your hometown. Not many people get an opportunity to do that.
Well, we have actually on the track today, we're 3 racers from Putin Bay, Scotty Market and Rich Myers. So, Mike Cervinak, whose parents own a house here. So there's actually 4 Putin Bay cars here, and there's more people talking.
Aha. Well, that does happen, doesn't it? Did you grow up here? Were you around when they were racing earlier?
No, I wasn't. We started coming up here in the late 70s. We still live on the west side of Cleveland. But we've had a house here for, one property in 82 and a house in 85. And, we're here, a good probably 8 months of the year. I come and go because the grass still grows and things have to be done in Cleveland. It's a wonderful, wonderful place. And the way this community has embraced this event, that it just keeps growing. And unfortunately, we're going to reach a logistical limit that the island can handle. And I guess that's a bad problem for the many that want to come here. It's a good problem for the event. So it's humbling to see the embrace of what has happened to this event in really 7 short years.
Do you think that's that some of that success has to do with the fact that there's a history here?
Oh, for sure. And the Bob and Linda Williams really spearheaded the whole monument thing. I mean, all throughout the year, you hear people talking about the monuments, and the Historical Society has a section dedicated to the races, and so there are still enough people that their parents remembered it, or their grandparents, and then they come up here and they see some of the history that's been relived. And even the track touring laps of the old track, which one of the few places where the original streets are still here. So you actually get to run it, albeit at a slower speed. You get to run the track that these guys actually ran, and Susie Heathcliff. They actually ran 50, 60 years ago.
I'm glad you mentioned Susie. Her photographs on the cover of the program. And I guess I didn't realize that she was racing here.
She was not allowed to race. She actually drove the pace car and outpaced the racers.
And probably wasn't too happy about it either.
She wasn't. That's why she outpaced the racers.
Run in this exhibition class. He's the one who's been
She was,
having a
of
lot of
course,
overheating
a very
problems.
successful racer and a very good racer on her own, and so was her husband.
Oh, for sure, Chuck Dietrich. There was a lot of history as far as if you look at Carl Goodwin's book, and I'll give Carl a plug on this one. If you haven't got Carl Goodwin's book, look him up. He's here. Because if you like the history of these street racers, Carl's right down there. Carl has not only just anecdotal stories of the races, he actually has the entry list.
I'll come down there.
And if you look at some of the entries that were in there was not only Chuck Dietrich and
Let's
people like
send
that.
him up here.
There was
Send him up here. I want to talk to him up here.
Carl Haas.
Up here.
Sam Shepard of Notoriety, yes, he raced here 2 weeks before the infamous 4th of July. So there's rumors that Roger Penske actually came up here, whether he really raced, but he was here. So there's a lot of historical characters, and a lot of the names escape me because I'm a little brain dead now.
Too much racing, huh?
Well, too much racing and then getting things running. But it's a wonderful, wonderful book. And I think, are you trying to get Carl up here?
No, hold on. I was going to talk a little bit, but
Okay.
I got another thing, another guy I want to have talk to.
Okay.
I want to talk to him.
All right. Keep asking.
Cooper, this is my first visit to Bay. And, yeah, and I just love the history of the event. I've been around now the street course many times. I got a very nice ride last night in a terrific car, and then I'm here on my motorcycle, so I've gone round and round and around in daytime and nighttime. Love to see the marked corners here and just try to get an idea of what that original course was like. And that's long straightaway, that more than 1 mile straight is, in my imagination, is frightening.
Oh yes, but I think it was the 50 highway. The driver escaped me. There were 2 brothers from the Cleveland area. They had a Porsche Speedster, and they averaged 90 miles an hour on this course with the hairpin turns and coming through town. And if you look at the old pictures, they're coming through town at however fast you can go. And there's a snow fence separating the spectators from the racers. It's about 4 feet. And no one was ever seriously hurt.
And the racing surface, the road surface, wasn't all that great either.
No, it was just, I think it was just one step above current gravel.
So, again, it's fun to revisit the history on the book. It sounds like a must-have for folks interested in the history of the event.
It certainly is. It certainly is. I bought it, and you sit down, you can read it one night, and you understand a lot of not only the history of this race, but kind of the mindset and the history of the Italy race, and what was really going on in the country.
Great to talk to you. Thanks for coming up.
Thank you very much.
Sorry about your loss, but
It will get fixed.
okay, we're pulling for you.
Thank you.
Jack Worley is, are things, you're making things run. Are they running okay?
Yeah, I think we're doing real well at this point in time. I'm amazed that everybody's stayed pretty much on track. Don't have any broken cars to speak of. We've got a great crew that help us out, all the safety people, all the volunteers from the island. I've got some Bulgarians that are going to come and do the heavy lifting with the hay bales. They did that yesterday morning out in the place. They'll be down here a little while later. I want to point out that to all the islanders, actually their bales are strong. We're going to stack them over here. We'd like to get some of the biggest videos you watch. They have to go along the lake, and I don't want to do that. I know the people in Cleveland are not going to appreciate it when they force us over there. So, by 5 o'clock, I'd like to get rid of as many of these as possible. So if you feel free to take them, go back and get your pickup truck, however you want to do it. But I'd like for them to go away. Now, I've got somebody that just walked up to me, a fellow named Randy Lewis from California. He's a track chaser, and he's going to talk for a minute or two about why he came here and how that came to be. I only talked to him on the telephone the other day, and he's here now. So, Randy?
Yeah, thank you, Jack. It's nice to be here.
So what's a track chaser?
Well, actually, a track chaser is someone who goes around the United States and the world trying to see racing at as many different racetracks as you possibly can. I only learned of the Florida Day races a couple of years ago, and I've been trying to get out here. I live in Southern California, so it's not the easiest thing to get out here. But I'm out in the midst right now of a 66-day trip. I've got about a week to go. I've seen about 45 tracks I've never visited before on this particular trip. A lifetime, I've seen racing in more than 2,100 different tracks in 70 countries. So I guess you could say this is pretty much a full-time hobby.
So you said this is near the end. Where do you go after Putin Day?
Tonight I'll drive up to the UP of Michigan, and I've got a race up there in Kinross, Michigan. After that, I'll turn around and drive back to Kentucky for races on the oval track, stock cars on Thursday and Friday. Catch a couple of tracks to Minnesota, and begin to head home after that.
Now, are you taking pictures? Are you posting your blog? Are you writing a blog? Can people see what you've been up to?
Yeah, they sure can. I've got a website. I can tell you the address, but it'd be simpler just to Google the world's #1 track chaser. And after every event I attend, I'll post a YouTube video a photo album of 50 or 100 photos of not just the racing, but whenever I happen to see that particular day, and a review of things. Any given year, I'll travel 200 to 250,000 miles a year. I'll rent 50 to 75 cars. So, like I say, it's a pretty serious thing, but it's a hobby about travel as much as racing. And it's always fun to come out and see what people expect racing.
I'm telling you again, what we should Google and look for.
Yeah, Google the world's #1 track chaser, or the website itself is my name, Randy Lewis, randylewis.org. And I think you'll find it, probably 300,000 or 400,000 photos of all the places I've been, all the cars I've seen, about 1,000 videos. So if you're racing there, or even a person who likes to travel the world, you might find something of interest.
Sounds great. I'm going to go check it out myself. It's really wonderful. I can't imagine, after this year, are there any tracks that you haven't been to?
Yeah, believe it or not, I've identified in North America about 600 tracks I haven't been to. So I'll try to put those on the schedule next year, but it's a 12-month deal. In the wintertime, we go to ice races in Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Canada, where they race on frozen lakes where the ice is probably 20 inches thick. And then we kind of go from ice racing into the south, where the weather's a little bit warmer. A lot of racing in the Midwest and the East in the summertime, and then whatever I can catch in the fall. So I pretty much do this 40 weekends a year, all year long.
Sounds like a great job. Spend our time that way. It's just terrific to have you here at Clinton Day this year.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me about track chasing. It's a fun hobby. Couldn't be any better. Meet a lot of nice people along the road. And today you got a beautiful day and a nice course where you can see all the track, and that's great. I think people will really enjoy it here.
Thank you so much. Great to see you, and glad you're enjoying yourself at Clinton Day.
Good, thank you.
That was good. Thanks for giving me all the information. We've been here a couple hours, been downtown, had lunch.
That's good.
It worked out good.
So what'd you think of the park?
I think it's great. I haven't been to the paddock yet.
Go down there.
I want to get down there, look at all the cars up on us. I've been out on this trip for so long, I'm a little behind in posting stuff, but it will get on my site. Okay. And we'll have some entertaining things for you.
Tend to get a little
So, anyway, thanks a lot. Okay.
sessions go by. Tricia after Ohio.
So what are you calling this the final race? Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah. Are we on now? Yeah, okay. We're going to talk a little bit about the Put and Make Cup race that's coming up at 4 o'clock. There's going to be a little dead time after this exhibition session. We got to let the cars recover that were in the last race. They have to refuel and cool the drivers down, just do some basic maintenance. But the Put and Make Cup is our big race feature of the weekend, the week. And it will include cars from all the race groups, 1, 2, and 3, all together racing all at once for 15 laps. So that's going to be the race for what we call King of the Rock. And that should be pretty exciting. It looks like we have some pretty racing drivers and cars in all three of the groups, so it's not a foregone conclusion. As you've seen, like the runners and some of these races this afternoon, and that actually prevailed to the end. So it'll be anybody's guess what happens, and there'll be a official winning the race to do something. Please stick around for that. Make sure you take fuel, get hydrated, and we'll see you all at 4 o'clock or a little bit before for that race. So after this session, we're going to have a break. We're going to bring the workers in, cool them down, do a couple laps with the emergency trucks. So give them all a hand when they're going around. We'll see you a little later.
I think Cal did that right.
Everybody took on the road.
I don't think I have the wireless. Whoops, the wireless on.
One channel here and one channel there. One channel right down through the rim.
Test.
No. That's what happened, Mark.
Test, test.
All day today.
That sausage was fantastic. I had it.
Here, are these roasters ready to go?
She don't want them on anything. Oh, of course. Actually, you know, you could take, she could take the green one back with the roasters. You just take this one back, it's loaded, you can put some more stuff. Hey, listen,
Orange one is with us. Where else would we be?
the yellow one's yours? Yep. Well, any other things? How about that? Hold on. Hold on. Except for the black.
Clear it, ready.
Well, can you reach that orange? No, that goes in the back.
Howdy. How are you?
Taking out the stage.
Okay, great. We got some more guys coming for you, including your pole sitters coming up now.
Jack, this is Manley. I'm going to be hanging the Kid Sawyer guy.
Sounds good.
And then, if you can get your truck up here and we'll get it into the wagon.
Just remembering that Jack mentioned if you would like to take home, I encourage you to do so, some of these, or if you want, all of these hay bales after the event. You need to dispose of them one way or another. So if you'd like to have some, take some along. Don't go away after the race. You are welcome to as many as you want.
Hi.
So this we're doing.
You got it. Oh, I'm way ahead.
Well, I need it for me.
So we got the base car in position and the field is gathering. As we mentioned, as I said a moment ago, the grid sheet calls for the possibility, potential, of 42 cars. And I see our pole sitter, Go Bojalin's coming up. So what do you think for this final race? 15 laps?
It's scheduled to go 15 laps, probably will. All these cars are pretty tired. Joe's telling me his transmission's acting up, but his clutch is slipping. He always does that. But it should be a lot of fun.
You know, that last race that he was in, it looked to me as though he had slowed the car a bit instead of challenging for the win. He looked to be settling for a second, which is not something I expect Joe to do.
And I think he was taking care of the transmission.
All right, well, we'll see how long the car lasts. I hope that's not the case for the
I think
race.
that's one of those expensive human gearboxes and that thing, so I'm sure he's going to be very careful with it.
What's the word, Jim?
Silbert may or may not, I don't think he's on the grid, is he?
No, the process isn't running. The car had some serious damage, as you might recall, with Pittsburgh and Grand Prix, and he's not real comfortable with how it is, so he's done for the day.
Let's say earlier today, the car was actually all through the last 2 days, right?
So it's sad enough to see him out here because he enjoys the place so much, and it's such a great car. So with our second car in the pole is Volvo PB Bike 544, Riders
And I see the yellow Lotus 7. Looks like maybe starting in 1, 2, 3. Maybe that's third.
No, yeah, you're probably right. That makes more sense.
They were lined up, they confused me the way they lined up before. See, they don't line up
That's right. They don't go
across, right, they go,
column.
yeah, column.
And then, and I don't know if we're going to have a slitter. We'll see.
Oh.
Not quite sure how that's going to work there.
Hey, what am I gonna do with the stuff that's
I'm sure Jack.
where I'm loaded?
Okay, 10-4, we have a splitter. So, should be a good race.
When you say split start, are you talking about split start?
No, there's a person, as the cars come onto the track, that points.
Oh, yeah, right or left.
Right or left. And in this case, the pole sitter almost always takes the right there. So the pace car can go off to the left. If you watch it.
Yep. Two more cars coming up out of the attic.
Yeah, we decided to move this up a little bit. Just to be extra cautious about it. Just possibility as well. And we're right schedules. But everybody gets to talk a little quicker.
I can see the 24 hours you put in bed. What do you think?
I'm sure the FAA is with you on
I
that.
know that personally.
You think you have enough hay bales? We can actually go 24 hours.
Yeah.
Really nice Austin Healy out on the street.
Yeah. Yeah, did you see that? Oh, no, you haven't wandered around. I just walked back to the house, and there's a Healy 100 parked, with other cars, nose out, and it's got the whole right front is bashed in, and it's got hay sticking out of the grill. So it must have been a street accident. I don't know. We didn't do it out here, and I don't think we.
Well, it might just be code.
Oh, it might be cold. Now, are you getting weather? Is it? I see clouds.
There's way over in on the other. They're not coming to the
Oh,
It's like south of
Ready to release.
I don't want to jinx it, but I have to say it feels as though the temperatures have dropped about 10 degrees.
Yeah, we're standing here today, and nice over is coming in off the lake. Okay.
Is our baseline getting underway? Or about to get underway?
Yeah, see, you can see the splitter pointing.
The white helmet Mark 6 Sports Racer drove John Mark 70. Consider with the focus of the GTV and
And of course, bringing up the rear is my gas driver in my car is 776
Slow it down a little bit.
and your car is back together and you got the part that you needed.
Well, we just kind of pretty well exactly
So we'll slow down the pace car a bit till we punch up the field. And again, the nice, teeny, tiny, neat, and tiny roads. Pace car will pull into the right, and the race cars will come down to the left and look for a green flag for our starter.
Up to that speed.
Our driver have the capability of running away with this thing.
the last race that these two were out in, pulled away from my Barstow. This next gang on TV, we have Schaefer, two Lane, Russell Lane, Barstow was off there. Far end of the track doing lawn work apparently. And here's his own parking the car. No, he's he pulled off and he went back back out. And the BMW took the opportunity to drive off. So that's what the whole 7
Thank you.
So we're just gonna let the field go by. wireless will work down in the...
Absolutely.
You're about right at the end of that orange thing right there. That's about as far as it's going to go. That's going to be the line of
Last lap.
microphone here.
Okay. Give it a test. See if that works. He should be alright. Is he gonna do presentation down there? Is that what he's doing?